Have you ever found yourself feeling overwhelmed by the complexities of relationships, wondering what it really takes to build strong bonds that last? In today's fast-paced world, we often expect instant results, but the truth is, deep connections, whether in friendships or love, require something much more profound: patience, understanding, and empathy. In this video, we'll explore the secrets behind nurturing meaningful relationships and why these insights are crucial for creating lasting connections. Make sure to watch until the end, because what you'll learn today could transform the way you approach the most important people in your life. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I encourage you to click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated on all our latest content. Your support means a lot, so if you find value in this video, please give it a thumbs up to help spread our message. I'm eager to hear your thoughts on today's topic. If you enjoy the content, please comment 1 below. If it doesn't resonate with you, leave a 0. Your feedback is crucial as it helps me create better videos that align with your interests. Now, let's get started. To cultivate a friendship that withstands the challenges of life, you must go beyond surface-level interactions and embrace a type of patience that many people rarely understand. It's not just about waiting for someone to change or be better. It's about truly seeing them for who they are, flaws and all, and still choosing to stand by their side. In this fast-paced world, where everything is expected to happen instantly, friendships are one of the few things that cannot be rushed. You cannot force a bond, nor can you expect it to flourish overnight. A friendship is like a garden that requires continuous nurturing. It's not enough to water it once and hope for the best. You have to show up day after day, through all seasons, tending to it with care, love, and understanding. What many people don't realize is that the most meaningful friendships are built on the foundation of patience and empathy. True friendship requires you to step outside of your own needs and desires and focus on the other person's journey. It's about being that person who listens deeply, without offering unsolicited advice or passing judgment. Sometimes, all your friend needs is someone to simply be present, to hold space for them as they navigate their challenges. This level of patience, this depth of understanding, requires an incredible amount of selflessness. You must resist the urge to fix everything for them or demand instant emotional reciprocity. Friendship is not a transaction, where you give something and immediately receive something in return. It's a commitment, a long-term investment in another person's growth, well-being, and happiness. And yes, it's hard. There will be times when you feel like giving up, when you feel like your efforts are unappreciated. But those are the moments that test the strength of the friendship, and it's in overcoming those moments that a bond becomes truly unbreakable. When it comes to love, the pursuit of perfection is often the greatest illusion we chase. We are conditioned to believe that there is an ideal partner out there waiting for us, someone who checks all the boxes, meets all our expectations, and never falters. But this notion is a dangerous trap. No one is perfect. Every person you encounter has their own scars, their own battles they've fought, and their own imperfections that make them uniquely human. To expect perfection in love is to set yourself up for inevitable disappointment. When you focus solely on finding the perfect woman or the perfect man, you overlook the beauty in the messiness of real, imperfect love. True love is not about flawless harmony. It's about navigating the complexities of life together, embracing each other's imperfections, and finding beauty in the journey. There's a profound strength in being with someone who is willing to be vulnerable with you, who shows you their deepest fears and their greatest insecurities. It is in those raw, unguarded moments that real intimacy is built. Perfection is a fantasy, but the depth of love comes from accepting someone as they are, not as you wish they were. Yet, even as we say this, it's easy to be drawn in by superficial beauty, the way someone looks, the way they present themselves. And while initial attraction is important, it's not the substance that sustains a relationship. There are hidden dangers in pursuing beauty alone, in being captivated by the external while ignoring the internal. Past wounds, unresolved trauma, and buried insecurities have a way of surfacing when you least expect it, often when the allure of the surface begins to fade. Love is not a gentle path. It is a tempest, a force that sweeps through your life and leaves you forever changed. When you truly fall in love, you surrender yourself to a fire that consumes everything in its path. And when that fire inevitably burns out, it leaves scars, remnants of passion, memories etched into your very soul. Life is driven by forces beyond our control, and in many ways, it's these forces that shape us into who we are. Water, for example, is the essence of life. It cleanses not only our bodies but our spirits as well, washing away the emotional burdens we carry. There's something deeply spiritual about the act of immersing yourself in water, whether it's a shower after a long day or standing by the ocean, feeling the waves crash against your feet. Water reminds us that we are always capable of renewal, always able to start again. Then there are flowers, with their delicate petals and fleeting beauty. They teach us that life is precious and temporary, that we must appreciate the small, beautiful moments while we can because they don't last forever. But one of the most mysterious and powerful forces in life is the beauty of a woman. It's a beauty that transcends physical appearance. It's something you feel, a force that captivates the mind, soul, and heart. There's something almost magnetic about it, something that draws you in and inspires you to be better, to strive for greatness. And yet, beauty, like everything else, is fleeting. If you base your worth or your happiness solely on the beauty of another person, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Beauty can be a sanctuary, much like nature is a sanctuary for all living things, but it cannot be the foundation of your happiness. Every living being, human or animal, seeks a place where they can feel safe, where they can find peace. For some, that place is in the arms of a lover. For others, it's in the stillness of nature, where they can disconnect from the chaos of the world and reconnect with their own inner peace. Whatever your sanctuary is, it's crucial to find it. Without a place to retreat to reflect and to recharge, life can easily overwhelm you. We all need a space where we can be ourselves, where we can breathe deeply and let go of the stresses of everyday life. Whether it's in love, in nature, or in a personal passion, finding that sanctuary is essential for living a life of meaning, fulfillment, and peace. Without it, we lose touch with the very essence of who we are. Life is not about the pursuit of perfection or an attempt to avoid the inevitable heartache that comes with being human. It's about embracing the entirety of the journey, the triumphs and trials, the joy and the sorrow, the love and the loss. Life unfolds in unexpected ways, full of twists and turns that shape us, challenge us, and ultimately help us grow. Along the way, we encounter people who leave profound marks on our hearts, and it is these relationships that define so much of who we are. But meaningful relationships, whether friendships or romantic love, are never effortless. They require more than surface-level connection. They demand vulnerability, patience, and a willingness to endure discomfort. They are not built overnight, nor can they be sustained without constant nurturing. True friendship, for example, is a treasure that few genuinely understand in a world obsessed with instant gratification. It's not about who you share the most laughs with, or who is always there during the easy times. Friendship that stands the test of time is forged through moments of shared vulnerability, deep conversations, and unwavering support during the most difficult periods. It's about being present for someone, even when they're at their worst, especially when they're at their worst. It's about sitting beside them in silence when words fail, offering a shoulder to cry on when life becomes too heavy. It's not about what you get from the friendship but what you give, and how you both grow together. There will be days when one person has to carry more of the emotional load, days when misunderstandings and frustrations arise. But if you truly care, you hold space for the other person to stumble, to make mistakes, and to find their way without judgment. This kind of friendship is an unspoken bond of trust, a deep-seated belief that no matter what happens, you will always be there for each other. In love, the search for perfection is a myth that far too many fall for. The ideal partner, without flaws or baggage, does not exist. And to chase after this illusion only sets you up for a lifetime of dissatisfaction and disappointment. People are complicated. We are shaped by our pasts, by the heartaches we've endured, and by the mistakes we've made. To love someone fully is to see them in their entirety, imperfections, scars, and all, and to embrace them for who they truly are, not who you wish they would be. Real love is messy, unpredictable, and at times, incredibly difficult. It's not about the euphoric rush of infatuation, but the steady, unshakable bond that forms when two people weather life storms together. The beauty in love lies not in perfection, but in the acceptance of imperfections. It's about finding someone who is willing to show you their most vulnerable self, someone who trusts you with their insecurities and past wounds. When you love someone despite their flaws, or perhaps because of them, you unlock a deeper connection, one that is rooted in understanding and empathy. Too often, people are drawn in by the external, the allure of physical beauty or the excitement of newness, and overlook the internal. But beauty fades, and without a strong emotional foundation, love built solely on attraction is destined to crumble. Beneath the surface, we all carry past traumas, fears, and unresolved pain that inevitably surface in relationships. If we aren't careful, those hidden wounds can become poison, infecting the very foundation of our love. Love isn't gentle. It's a force of nature that can sweep through your life with the intensity of a hurricane. It grips your heart, filling you with euphoria one moment and fear the next. When love takes root, it consumes you. It burns with a fire so fierce that once it ignites, it can never fully be extinguished. Even if that love fades, the marks it leaves on your soul remain, like scars that tell the story of what once was. Every love leaves its imprint, shaping who we are and how we approach the world. To love is to accept that you will be changed by it, for better or for worse. There are forces in life, some seen, some unseen, that guide us, nourish us, and help us to heal. Water, for example, is more than just a physical necessity. It holds a spiritual significance as well. It has the power to cleanse us, both physically and emotionally. Standing by the ocean, feeling the cool waves lap at your feet, you can sense the restorative energy that water carries. It reminds us that we can always begin again, that no matter how weighed down we feel by life, we can wash away the burdens and emerge refreshed, ready to continue the journey. Flowers, with their delicate beauty, serve as a reminder that life is fleeting, yet full of moments worth cherishing. Just as flowers bloom and wither, so do the precious moments in our lives. The fleeting nature of time urges us to appreciate the beauty around us, to stop and savor the small joys, for they too will pass. There is a quiet strength in recognizing the temporary nature of life, and in choosing to find joy in it nonetheless. And then there is the enigmatic power of human beauty, particularly the beauty of a woman. It is not something that can be easily defined or contained. It captivates, inspires, and often leaves a lasting impact. But to be drawn only to external beauty is to miss the essence of the person. Real beauty is not just skin deep, it radiates from within. It is found in someone's kindness, their strength, their passion, and their resilience in the face of adversity. True beauty lies in the spirit, in the way someone makes you feel, and in the way they navigate life's challenges with grace and courage. If you are still watching this video, and find these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Each of us, whether we realize it or not, seeks a sanctuary, a place where we feel at peace, where we can retreat from the chaos of the world. For some, that sanctuary is love, the arms of a partner who understands them like no one else. For others, it's the solace found in nature, where the world's noise quiets, and they can reconnect with their inner self. Still, for others, it's a passion, a calling that fills them with purpose and joy. Whatever form it takes, it is essential to find that sanctuary. Without it, life can become overwhelming. We lose ourselves in the busyness of daily demands, in the responsibilities and expectations placed upon us. We must carve out a space where we can breathe, reflect, and remember who we truly are. Ultimately, life is about finding balance between the beauty and the chaos, the joy and the pain, the love and the heartache. It's about realizing that nothing is permanent and that everything, even our hardest moments, has something to teach us. The more we open ourselves up to life's lessons, the more we grow, and the richer our relationships become. Life, in all its complexity, is an incredible journey, one that we must embrace fully, imperfections and all. It's often better to be silent and reserved than to speak without purpose. Words are like precious stones. If you scatter them carelessly, they lose their value. A wise person knows that saying nothing can be more powerful than saying everything. It's in our silence that we find strength, for if you keep something meaningful inside, you have something of value to give when the moment is right. But if you spend your words thoughtlessly, you will have nothing left when it truly matters. The hardest part of growing older is not simply the passage of time. It's the realization that your children, once small and in need of your guidance, are now the ones offering you advice, reminding you subtly of your own fragility and impending mortality. Their words are mirrors, reflecting back to you the changes you may not want to see, but must nonetheless face. In life, it is crucial to surround yourself with people who elevate you, not drag you down. An eagle, proud and strong, should never fly among rodents, for in doing so, it diminishes its own strength and integrity. Even if those around you seem virtuous, if they are small-minded or self-serving, their influence will corrupt your soul. Power may attract fools, and it is easy to rise when you promise people the false comforts they desire. But such power is fleeting and built on shallow foundations. The masses often lean toward ignorance, seeking leaders who offer simple answers to complex problems. But true wisdom demands more. It requires discerning company, people who challenge you to grow, not those who will blindly follow. The pursuit of true excellence lies not in measuring yourself against others, but in striving to become the best version of yourself. Life's greatest challenge is the one we wage against our own limitations, our fears, our self-doubts. The journey to self-mastery is a solitary one, but each step forward is a personal triumph. To grow, we must constantly surpass the person we were yesterday, break through the barriers we once thought impenetrable, and rise above the fears that once held us back. The only competition that truly matters is the one within. Every victory over self-doubt, every moment of growth, is a step toward the summit of who we are meant to be. In relationships, without shared passion and desire, even the strongest of bonds risk fading into nothingness. Two people can live together, share a home, responsibilities, and even children, yet feel worlds apart if the spark that once ignited their love is allowed to die out. It is not enough to simply exist side by side. Love must be nurtured, rekindled time and time again, lest it become nothing more than a partnership of convenience. Passion is the fire that keeps a relationship alive, and without it, even the closest companions can become strangers. Laziness is the refuge of those who seek to do nothing more than eat, sleep, and complain about life. It is the escape route for those who fear the effort it takes to create something meaningful, those who shy away from the discomfort of growth. Life is a canvas, and each decision we make, each action we take, paints a stroke on the masterpiece that is our destiny. Some choose vibrant, bold colors, while others stick to dull shades of mediocrity. It is up to us to decide what kind of painting we leave behind. Every day is a chance to add to that canvas, to make choices that lead us toward fulfillment, satisfaction, and meaning. But to do so, we must be willing to pick up the brush and paint with intention, wisdom, and a heart full of purpose. Destiny may bring people into our lives, but it is the heart that chooses who stays and who leaves. Some will cross our path and exit just as quickly, leaving little more than a faint memory, while others will carve themselves into our soul, shaping us in ways we never imagined. These are the connections that transcend time, the relationships that endure the trials of life and the storms of fate. Such bonds are rare, but when they happen, they become the anchors that hold us steady in the most turbulent times. They are the friendships, the loves, the partnerships that define us, that leave an indelible mark on our hearts. A woman who gives too much of herself too soon risks being exposed to the harsh realities of life before she is ready. Like a rose that blooms prematurely, she may find herself wilting under the weight of expectations, experience, and time. Beauty that is unveiled too early may fade before it has the chance to fully blossom. There is power in patience, in allowing love and intimacy to unfold naturally, without rushing or forcing it. When we protect our hearts, we give them the chance to grow strong, to withstand the challenges that come with love and life. Only then can we truly open ourselves to another, without fear of being crushed by the weight of vulnerability. Just as a flower blooms when it is ready, so too should love and intimacy blossom in their own time. If you are still watching this video, and find these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. True love, the kind that transcends the physical world and stretches beyond time itself, does not begin with a touch or a kiss, but rather with the unspoken connection that binds two souls. It grows slowly, not in passion's early flames, but in the quiet moments of understanding, mutual respect, and deep emotional commitment. It is a force as unstoppable as a river carving its way through the earth, filling the heart with its pure waters, nourishing it with trust, devotion, and care. True love is not just an emotion, it is a sacred bond, a continuous and ever-growing exchange of energy between two people who see and accept one another for who they truly are. It is in the moments of silence, in the laughter shared, in the knowledge that the other person will be there when the world falls apart, that true love takes root. It is in these moments that love transcends the need for words, or even physical expression. When it comes to true intimacy, physical closeness is merely the outward reflection of the profound emotional and spiritual unity that already exists between two people. In the deepest of relationships, sex is not the foundation but the expression of a passion so pure and deep that it overflows, connecting two bodies in an embrace that mirrors the intertwining of their souls. Beware of the dangerous influences that can lead even the strongest of individuals astray. A deceitful woman, with her cunning manipulations, or a drunken man, driven by recklessness, can cause destruction in even the most grounded lives. The choices we make and those we surround ourselves with can either elevate or ruin us. Life has a way of offering us paths to greatness, but also tempting us with distractions that can pull us down if we are not careful. Even the most intelligent and wise among us are not immune to the allure of dangerous company. Their words and actions can seem virtuous or harmless on the surface, but often conceal hidden agendas, driving us toward ruin when we least expect it. There's a curious paradox in human nature. People often act indifferent to what they most desire when it seems beyond their grasp. We pretend not to care, we feign disinterest, telling ourselves that what we long for is not important. But deep inside, that desire burns brightly, casting long shadows over the choices we make. Many people, in their efforts to protect themselves from disappointment or rejection, abandon the pursuit of their dreams, resigning themselves to a life of mediocrity rather than facing the possibility of failure. Instead of embracing their passions, they hide behind an illusion of indifference, convincing themselves they are content when, in reality, they are quietly longing for more. As men approach the age of 50, a strange reversal occurs. The lifelong bachelor, once content with his independence, suddenly finds himself yearning for the stability and companionship that marriage offers. The thought of growing old alone becomes unbearable, and the sacred bond of marriage takes on a new appeal. Meanwhile, those who have already committed to the journey of matrimony often find themselves looking back, sighing with regret, weighed down by the responsibilities that come with the ties of family life. They might lament the freedom they once had, now lost in the daily grind of married life. It's a reflection of the duality of human desires, the longing for what we do not have, the restlessness that comes with the human condition. In the presence of a woman who radiates insight and wisdom, her smile is not just an expression but a treasure, a signal of her charm, her inner beauty, and her deep understanding of life's complexities. It takes a discerning man to truly grasp the power of such a smile. Many might see it as simply a pleasant gesture, but the shrewd man understands that this smile is a key to something much deeper, a heart that is not easily won, a soul that requires patience and respect. Winning the favor of such a woman is no easy task, for her affections are not freely given but earned through effort, devotion, and understanding. In our eagerness to witness life's grand events, we often blind ourselves to the beauty that exists in the present. We look so far ahead, anticipating something monumental, that we miss the quiet, subtle moments of grace that surround us every day. The beauty of life is not always in the extraordinary. More often, it is in the ordinary. Sunsets, the laughter of a loved one, the quiet of a morning. These are the moments that hold real magic, but they are lost on those too focused on what's next, rather than what's now. Laughter, in its purest form, is a contagious force, a melody that echoes in the hearts of those who allow joy into their lives. It brings people together, lifting spirits and spreading light. Tears, however, are different. They are often shed in solitude, a reflection of our inner struggles, accompanying us as we walk through life's more difficult paths. While laughter connects, tears are a personal, solitary experience, helping us to process the pain of existence. Trust is a fragile, delicate fabric that can be easily torn apart by deceit, even when it wears the mask of politeness or habitual behaviors. A man's complaints, if frequent and unresolved, and a woman's constant smiling, even when it hides sadness or frustration, can slowly erode the foundation of trust. Authenticity is the glue that holds relationships together, the unspoken agreement that honesty and vulnerability are more valuable than appearances. But when complaints go unanswered or when a smile hides deeper pain, the fabric of trust begins to fray. It is only through genuine honesty, through facing and expressing real emotions, that trust can truly flourish. If your happiness and sense of self-worth are tied to the actions or approval of others, you place yourself in a precarious position. The world around you will never stop changing, and if you depend on others to define your well-being, you will find yourself constantly tossed about by the winds of circumstance. Remember, it is the very resistance of adverse winds that allows an airplane to lift off the ground. Similarly, it is through facing opposition that we grow stronger, defying the gravitational pull of doubt, fear, and negativity. Adversity is not something to be feared, but something to be embraced, for it is in those moments of challenge that we find our true strength. Betrayal is perhaps the greatest wound a soul can endure. It is a pain that cuts deeper than any physical injury, a hurt that lingers long after the initial act. Betrayal doesn't just shatter trust. It leaves scars that never fully heal, marks that remind us of the vulnerability we once showed to the wrong person. This wound can haunt us for years, influencing the way we see ourselves and others, changing how we approach relationships moving forward. Indulgence and laziness in youth may feel like temporary pleasures, but they are seeds sown for a future filled with hardship. What we do in our younger years sets the stage for what we will face in our older ones. Those who spend their days in idleness, who avoid responsibility and hard work, will find that in their later years, they have little to show for the time that has passed. The harvest of these choices is bitter, and it is a reality faced all too late. Even those who cannot see with their eyes can feel the beauty of a woman who transcends conventional attractiveness. True beauty is not limited to physical appearance. It is something that can be sensed, something that radiates from within. It is the confidence, kindness, and warmth that make a person truly beautiful, and this kind of beauty leaves a lasting impression on everyone who encounters it. In the end, life is about the choices we make, the relationships we nurture, and the way we navigate the complexities of existence. True love, genuine friendships, and lasting happiness come not from seeking perfection or waiting for grand moments, but from embracing the beauty of the present, from being honest with ourselves and others, and from finding strength in adversity. We must be mindful of the people we allow into our lives, the habits we form, and the way we choose to spend our time, for these are the things that will shape our future. May we find the wisdom to appreciate the present, the courage to pursue our dreams, and the strength to face life's challenges head-on. The ability of water to transform both the physical and spiritual realms is a profound and timeless force. Water represents life itself, flowing, adaptable, yet powerful enough to carve its path through mountains. Its transformative power reminds us of our own ability to cleanse and renew our spirits, washing away negativity, fear, and doubt. Just as water has the capacity to nourish the earth, it also nourishes the soul, allowing us to emerge stronger, purified, and more aligned with our true nature. We can learn from water's quiet strength, its adaptability, and its relentless pursuit of forward movement. Water never forces its way, yet it always finds a path, no matter how long it takes. In this, it teaches us about resilience, patience, and the quiet determination to keep moving forward, no matter the obstacles that stand in our way. If you are still watching this video, and find these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Equally, The ephemeral nature of flowers serves as a powerful metaphor for life itself. The delicate beauty of a flower is fleeting, here today and gone tomorrow. Yet, in its short life, it brings so much beauty, color, and joy to the world. Flowers remind us to embrace the present, to appreciate the small moments of joy, and to understand that the most beautiful things in life are often temporary. Their bloom may be brief, but the memory of their beauty lingers long after they are gone. Like the flower, we too must make the most of our time, cultivating beauty and love wherever we can, knowing that our time is limited. The flower doesn't fear its inevitable end. Instead, it blooms fearlessly, fully embodying its purpose in the short time it has. We should all strive to live with such courage and grace, appreciating the moments we are given and making the most of them before they fade away. And then, there is the sublime grace of a woman, a force so subtle yet so powerful that it has the ability to change the world around her. True grace comes from within, radiating from a woman's strength, wisdom, and compassion. It is not something that can be measured or seen with the eyes alone, but rather felt in the way she carries herself, in her kindness, in her ability to inspire and uplift those around her. A woman of grace is a woman who moves through the world with purpose and intention, who knows her worth and stands firm in her truth. She does not need to shout or demand attention. Her presence alone commands respect. Like water and flowers, her power lies not in force, but in her ability to nurture, to heal, and to inspire growth in others. Her grace is a reflection of her inner strength, and it has the power to elevate not only herself but all those around her. But with all these forces, water, flowers, and grace, there comes a lesson in self-mastery. Just as water flows within its banks and flowers bloom within their season, we too must learn to control the forces within us. One of the greatest acts of self-discipline is learning to control one's tongue and mouth. Words, once spoken, cannot be taken back. They carry weight, and their effects can ripple through our lives and the lives of others in ways we cannot always foresee. To speak with intention, to know when to remain silent, is to build a protective wall around our spirit. This wall does not isolate us but shields us from the storms of the external world, allowing us to remain centered, calm, and in control of our inner peace. In a world full of noise, the ability to speak wisely and with purpose is a rare and valuable gift. The true age of a person's heart is not revealed by the lines on their face or the color of their hair. Age is a reflection of the experiences we have gathered, the wisdom we have earned, and the love and generosity we have given. A young heart can belong to an older person if they have lived with joy, kindness, and an openness to the world around them. Likewise, a person who has closed themselves off to life's beauty, who has let bitterness take root, can grow old long before their time. The heart ages based on the choices we make, whether we choose to live in love and compassion or whether we let the weight of the world harden us. True wisdom does not come from simply living a long life, but from living a life full of purpose, connection, and generosity. It is the accumulation of lessons learned, of love shared, and of kindness extended to others that defines the true age of a person's heart. As we come to the close of this reflection, I encourage you to take a moment to think about the forces that shape your life, whether you are flowing like water, blooming like a flower, or moving through the world with the grace of someone who knows their true worth. If you found this message meaningful, I invite you to show your support by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Make sure to activate the notification bell so you don't miss out on more insights like these. It is crucial to remember that taking care of your body and mind is not just an option, it is a necessity. Each of us is given one life, and it is our responsibility to make the most of it. But we cannot do that if we allow harmful habits, like excessive alcohol consumption, to take control. Alcohol, while offering temporary escape, can rob you of your health, your potential, and your happiness. It dulls the mind, weakens the body, and prevents you from reaching your full potential. Instead, nourish yourself, mentally, physically, and spiritually, so that you can live a life that reflects your highest self. Your well-being is your most precious gift. Protect it fiercely, and make choices that allow you to grow, thrive, and become the person you were always meant to be. Each day offers us a new chance to bloom, to flow with life, and to embrace the grace that lies within us. Take care of yourself and those you love, and never forget the power that lies within your own heart. So, what have you learned so far about the importance of patience, empathy, and nurturing in relationships? Take a moment to reflect and comment below on one lesson you'll bring into practice in your life starting today. If you enjoyed this video, please leave your comment, like, share, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching.